So a couple years ago, I saw an article online talking about how a couple Penn State grads came back, opened up a shop, Philly cheesesteak shop here in Seoul, South Korea. Unfortunately, it was on the other side of the damn city. But recently, I don't know exactly when, they opened one in my vicinity. So I had to scoop it up real quick. And they're talking about, they're making some big claims in this little article, saying like, man, we came to Korea, we couldn't find a good Philly cheesesteak place. And you know, I'll be honest, there's not a ton of Philly cheesesteak places around here, but I found one around that I like a lot. So we're gonna be putting it to the test. They have a very small menu. Basically, only one thing, a Philly cheesesteak. 2 options for cheese. At this place, I think they have more options at the original location, but at this place they only have 2 options. That's American cheese, and that is whiz, homemade whiz, of course. And you can get with or without onions. I got both wit, but I got one of each. So I got a whiz wit and American wit. They had 2 different sizes, OG and small size, and I went with the OG, of course. And yeah, looking forward to it. Let's see if these guys know what they're doing. This will probably be the most authentic Philly cheesesteak sandwich I've ever had because I've never been to Philly. All right, but right off the bat, cool bag, unmarked brown paper sack. Okay, yeah, good size sandwiches too. Bigger than I thought they would be. They know what's up already, a little bit. We got the Whiz Wit over here and the American Wit over here. I mean, who's really going without? That's what I'm saying. But so yeah, what was I gonna say? Yeah, they had no other options, like not even fries or sides or like mushrooms, peppers, nothing like that. No condiment options. So keeping it super simple, something I really like. Let's first unpack the Cheese Whiz cheese steak. All right, this is something that I'm not a huge fan of. Sometimes they didn't have an option to have it cut or not, but they pre-cut it. It looks like. So I don't know if that's authentic, then my bad. But I like the whole sandwich. You know what I mean? Just give me that whole damn sandwich. Yeah. So apparently, like I said, they do the house-made whiz, and they also do fresh hoagie rolls every single day from in-house, from scratch, according to the article I saw. And you're not really going to be seeing much right here. Maybe I'll try to get a closer view with the other camera to really look inside, because that's where the meat is. But it's looking pretty damn fire, can't lie. I feel like this one is going to look pretty similar. Looking a little bit different, actually. So it looks like they're using white American. I respect that. I love a white American Philly cheesesteak. And yeah, it's still hot, a little bit steamy. Oh man, I'm hungry, man. I haven't eaten anything all day. Problem with this place, they didn't open at least their delivery until 6 p.m. So it's almost 7 o'clock. First food of the day, man. So let me pick this up, I'll be right back. All right, just in case you can't tell, here is the whiz, here's the American. Let me try to give you a quick close-up of what's inside here. I mean, what do you expect? We got steak, we got cheese, we got onions. I mean, I guess, I don't know what I was expecting, but yeah, it's looking really good. The bread's feeling really nice. It's looking nice. You can kind of see that homemade touch to it. It's soft, but a little crisp to it. And yeah, I'm really hungry. Going in. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Mighty fine. Mighty fine. Oh, 25 bucks for all this. Reasonable price. The TLC is in here. And I can definitely taste the TLC. They're not skimping on anything. Good amount of meat. I actually accidentally spilled some of this one, so it might have been looking a little bit meager on this one, but I mean, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I've never been to Philly. Do I want to go? Kind of, but kind of not at the same time. I don't know. You hear weird things about Philly. Heard there's like some zombies over there. But it seems like they got some good ass food over there. I would just be, if I went there, I'd just be eating cheesesteaks nonstop. All the spots. Yes. So, all right. That's the best. Is it? Can I say that's the best cheesesteak I ever had? Man, it's hard to tell. Let me try this one first. Because there's another place around here. You might have seen my other videos. I really like this other place. But this one does have more of a... I like the bread maybe a little bit more at this place. Alright, so this is the White American. And yeah, I'm kind of stunned they don't have provolone. But I also kind of think provolone can be a little bit overrated, but going in. Yeah. I'll tell you what, man. If you like, white American cheese is gonna give you more flavor than provolone. I think that's just a objective fact. And let me tell you this: white American cheese, the American wit. I do love the cheese whiz. There's something real classic about it. It's like it's OG, but I think the American is my favorite. This one is hitting at a different level. It's got more of that like stickiness and that kind of a little bit more flavor in a way. I don't know. Maybe it's because I dropped this one. There's an extensive cleanup process that happened off camera, but there's something about the American that gets me every single time. The bread is holding up so nice. It's pretty much perfect because when you have all that just gooey, cheesy meatiness in there, you want a bread that holds up, but not like you're eating a 2-day-old baguette. Wow. So, yeah. Apparently, these two guys who graduated Penn State, I don't know all the details, but I believe they're either Korean or Korean American, but it doesn't say. They have Korean names. Based on my intel, which is just that one article, it kind of does seem like they were fully Korean and then studied abroad in America, went to college, and then came back. Fell in love with the Philly cheesesteak while they were over there. Even though Penn State is like not in Philadelphia, I don't believe. Maybe there's another campus there. I'm not an expert on that region. But yeah, and they were just like, they fell in love with the sandwich, came back, opened. I don't know what degrees they have, but they decided to open up a Philly cheesesteak restaurant, which I respect so much. Shout out to y'all. Unbranded bag. I was gonna like give a shout out. They have no branding on any of their things, like no like napkins or whatever. So I don't even really know the name. I think it's We Are Philadelphia, but they spell it weird. So I don't know. If you do enough digging, you can probably find it. Shout out though, because I respect that, man. And I hope it wasn't just out of like necessity. Like, oh, can't find a job. What do we do? All right, well, let's just open up a restaurant. Hopefully they had that passion because I can taste it. Meat's cooked well, no gritty, no grime. I would say this John's pretty fire. Wouldn't have minded to see more whiz though. That's my one complaint. Anyway, on to my fave. Save the best for last. Or my fave for last. This, let me think real quick. I love sandwiches. If you could group all sandwiches, I know you can't because they're all so different, but if you could just say, like, if you could just group all sandwiches together, it would be like my top 3 favorite food. First pizza, second burgers, third sandwiches, but I know that's kind of a cheat code because there's all types. But I just love sandwiches, and I gotta say, this sandwich right here, not this one in particular, just the Philly cheesesteak. I'm trying to think right off the top how high it's gonna rank because it's definitely up there. I'm trying to think of sandwiches that I enjoy more. Like, I can't lie, you know, Italian beef are fire. Italian beefs are fire from Chicago. If I had one option to choose from, I love cheese. If I had those 2 options, I can only pick one. I'm picking Philly cheesesteak. Sorry, Charlie. This might be a top 5 sandwich. Might be top 3. One thing I really want to try is the chicken cheesesteak. I never really heard about it until maybe a couple years ago, and I was like, oh, I didn't know that was a thing. Tried to find it, looked everywhere, couldn't find it. I think there is a reason, not just because they want to have that good quality and homemade quality, but the reason they're using these homemade hoagies is because you can't really find these in Seoul. I've never been able to find them in Korea. So I was thinking like maybe I could do a homemade chicken cheesesteak video and just make it myself, but I having trouble finding the bread. I ain't no baker out here. But chicken cheesesteaks. I'm very curious about that. My only wish is for someone from like Chicago to come here and open up a legit Chicago style pizza joint. There's a ton of the most bogus Chicago pizza places over here in Korea. So bogus. It's ridiculous. When I was in Vietnam, when I was in Ho Chi Minh City, I went to the outskirts, some random where it's like a little bit, you know, watching over your shoulder, head on a swivel type of situation. Walking through these sketch areas, and then we got to this little bit nicer area. We found this like Chicago style pizza joint, and it was pretty damn fire. Way better than any Chicago style pizza I've had in Korea. Not even close. Not even the same thing, really. It tasted pretty damn authentic. And then I was enjoying, they had soju there in Vietnam, and I'm drinking soju, eating this pizza, just maxing. And then this guy comes up, big older white guy, big guy. He's like, "Hey, enjoying your food?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, well, I'm the owner." I'm like, "Oh, cool. Where are you from?" He's like, "I'm from Chicago," and that's what I'm looking for in Seoul, you know. Gotta be honest with you. This is another one of those videos where I blacked out because of the food. I was so hungry. And that just hit the spot. So I was fuzzy. You know, I was so hungry I was getting like fuzzy. And that just warmed up the whole soul. So, not the boy's soul. I ain't paying no troll toll out here. Anyway, I'm about to get out of here. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.